What's up, YouTube? I'm Mike, and today I'm back with the week 2 update post-op. It's been 2 weeks post-op since I had my all-in-4 surgery done at FastNewSmile in Dallas, Texas by the one and only Dr. Al-Masri. He is the doctor who did both my upper and my lower. I had my upper done originally like 3 or 4 or so years ago, and my lower just done 2 weeks ago. Before I even get into the healing process, I just have to give this guy the biggest plug in the world. He is a phenomenal human being from front to back. His entire team is amazing. I don't know if I mentioned this in my earlier videos because I was kind of loopy on all the pain pills, but I have an extremely type A personality. They were aware of that, and so the humanity of this guy, the way everybody on his team, but especially Dr. Al-Masri, worked to try to put me, like I'm a basket case in any situation that comes to me, like having to give up control. And he's just the kindest, most patient human being you will ever meet. He's just a consummate professional. If you are getting this surgery done, if you're even considering getting it done, I know this sounds insane. I would literally drive from anywhere, fly from anywhere in the country to get this surgery done at FastNewSmile. I just can't imagine you're going to get a better level of care. I know the reason I say that is because I've had quite a few very negative experiences with medical health providers. It's one of the reasons that I was so nervous going into this one, because even though I had a really good experience the first time, it's like that old saying, you know, you go to the well one too many times, you fall in. And I was afraid that this was just not going to be the same ringing success that my first surgery was. It basically was in every way. I did experience more pain in the beginning, the days following the surgery, than I did when I had my upper. But to be fair, that's why they write you painkillers. I did not want to take narcotic painkillers because I have a very extensive history of drug addiction in my past, unfortunately. And so I was more than a little bit wary. I basically steer clear of anything like that. And I'm very happy to report that I was able to use the narcotic painkillers for the purpose they were prescribed for. I probably stretched it for a couple of days, but I made it, so I'm good. I am completely off all painkillers. I'm not taking any ibuprofen. I'm not taking any narcotics, nothing at all. The healing process to me feels complete. If you watch the previous videos, then you know that I had a lot of swelling in my lower jaw. You should be able to tell that it's gone now, even though I start growing my beard back in, so it's kind of hard to tell. But like my jaw was like literally a square. It was insane. I've got pictures posted on my Instagram of what I look like at every stage of the game, and I also have videos showing every stage of the game. So you have to go back and look at those videos if you're coming to this. A lot of people like the week 2, week 1 follow-up because they just kind of want to see like where you're at once the healing process, at least the tissue healing process, is more or less done. And so that's where we're at. I had my 2-week follow-up appointment on Thursday, and everything is looking normal. I was still experiencing some sensitivity in the tissue area. Again, I think that the biggest difference in my experience from top to bottom really has everything to do with the fact that it's just in a more irritatable area. Every single time you eat or drink anything, it's coming into contact with the soft tissue damage. It's coming into contact with the prosthetic, with the implants. And so it just seems to irritate things more than when it was on the top. When it was on the top, it was far easier to avoid like direct contact with the sensitive areas of my face. So the healing process was a tiny bit slower, I feel like, on the bottom. But the thing is that what I've been saying in these videos since day one, and what's so remarkable to me is that sort of the most extreme part of the surgery, which is the drilling into your bone to make room to screw in, basically to thread in the implant bolts or studs or whatever they're called. That seems to be the least problematic of everything. It's really just the soft tissue that is even sensitive. I guess it's because there's no nerves or anything in the bone, I guess. The only problem that I'm having today at week 2 is adhering to the diet. My teeth feel so much a part of my body already. There is absolutely no pain. I can bite, I can chew, even though I'm not really supposed to, and I have no problems. So they're functioning so well. Like, I shouldn't admit this, but I'll be honest. Last night I was laying in bed. My wife has been reading a book to me while I've been recovering. She's been reading books to me at night so I could just kind of lay in there with her and chill. And I've been sucking on a little bit of soft candy just because I have a candy addiction. And I had a starburst in my mouth that I've been just sucking on, obviously not chewing, because I have dental implants, brand new. And I caught myself like literally chew it once. And I was like, oh my God, like what are you doing? But that's the thing. There's nothing about the process that makes you feel like you have to remind yourself that you just had surgery. You have to remind yourself to adhere to the diet. The diet at this point is a soft food diet, but like they're not really like telling me to chew. They're like, the doctor the other day was like, you could eat like broiled chicken or very soft vegetables or like fish, stuff that you can kind of press to the roof of your mouth with your tongue to sort of masticate. They're not really saying necessarily to be chewing. But the times that I've accidentally just, it's just natural, right? You just naturally want to chew. There's just no sensation. I feel like I could go eat a steak right now with absolutely zero problem. So 2 weeks out, all of the swelling is gone. All of the sensitivity is gone. I'm finally able to wash my face. I can rub my face. I really need to go get new contacts. I lost my last contact. I'm not sure yet if I should be putting, like when you go to get an eye exam, you have to put your head in like a chin holder kind of thing. I don't know if that's safe yet, but like the biting, everything is good. I'll show you a little bit the teeth. Now remember, the teeth that I have on top are made of zircon. They're my permanents. These lower teeth are acrylic. They're temporary. I'll show you the one thing I don't like about it. I don't know if the camera will focus on that. The only complaint I have about the whole thing, and it doesn't matter because of the temporaries, and he can probably fix it in the office. When they designed the lower teeth, the gums, it's all fake obviously, but the gums look like they're bleeding. They look like a little bloody, and I don't love the look of it. I wish they were just like my uppers. They are just like solid. They just look like solid, healthy gums. And I feel like the acrylic on the lower almost looks like you have gingivitis or something. I don't know why they did that, but that's just me like looking for something negative just so that I don't want to be like a total fanboy because I always want to try to shoot you clear. There's literally nothing that I could say negative about the entire experience. The surgery went perfectly well. Every single human being that works there is amazing. Everything that they give you, like you get, the doctor gives you his number afterwards. I try not to blow him up because of the holidays. Had a couple of quick questions about various things. He got back to me really quickly. It's just a phenomenal process. It is very expensive, but it is absolutely worth it. In hindsight, I know some people are going to ask, do I regret doing them one at a time? It's kind of a 50-50 thing on that. When you do them one at a time, you have the luxury of only having one half of your mouth damaged. So like last time I started with the uppers, and so I was perfectly free to use the lowers. I wasn't having to worry about food in the top and the bottom. I wasn't healing in two places. And so there was some tangible benefits to only having one arch actually being damaged. The problem is with that logic is that while, yeah, technically I would say the first week to 2 weeks tops are going to be more uncomfortable if you get the upper and lower done at the same time, it's only like a couple of weeks and then you're done. Because the biggest issue, again, is the lengthy recovery period. Now, FastNewSmile has, I think, the fastest recovery period of certainly of any of the other places that I shopped when I was looking. One of the things that sold me on FastNewSmile is that Dr. Al-Masri said, you will be complete, you will have your permanent teeth, you will be eating a full diet, everything, you will be totally functional in 6 months. which was half the time that I was being quoted by everybody else. Everybody else told me it would be a minimum of a year before I would be fully functional again. And he was saying 6 months. And in all honesty, I feel like if you're a very healthy individual, the 6 months is even like very, very conservative. I feel like, I mean, honestly, like I said, I feel like I could go eat a steak right now and have 100% confidence that everything was going to be perfectly fine. So if you are considering this procedure, drive to Dallas, fly to Dallas, go see Dr. El-Masri at FastNewSmile. You definitely will not regret it. You know, it's a surgery. You know, there's hiccups. There's the diet can be uncomfortable. It can be something that you have to navigate. But if you are like me, like when I just went in for this surgery, I had 4 or 5 teeth left on the bottom. I got my uppers done. And I wasn't financially really ready to do the bottom, and I had 4 or 5 teeth, and so like I'm having to learn to use my mouth again. I'm having to learn. You can see my speech has come back. I'd say it's 98% back to where it was. The only thing that I've really been struggling with on a consistent basis is biting my tongue, because I'm only used to having like 4 teeth in the very front, and it was all just gums in the back. And so I think my tongue has gotten comfortable laying in a way that's actually not natural. And now I keep finding my tongue laying on the tops of my teeth, and then I bite down on it. So I'm having to learn to use my face again. But thankfully I now have a full set of teeth to actually use. And I just cannot wait just to get back to life as totally normal. There's still a little tiny bit of healing going on. It's definitely not completely totally done. So sometimes after eating, there'll be like a little, it'll feel a little irritated basically around the implants. There'll be just, it'll kind of sometimes feel like there's something stuck there, and there's not. It just seems, I'll kind of rinse with the rinse that they gave me, and feel around, and there's nothing there. It just seems like you get like maybe a little bit of inflammation or something around the implants. But that's it. That's all. I mean, I'm having no trouble sleeping, no trouble talking, no trouble eating. Even when I'm accidentally eating what I'm not supposed to be eating, everything is just going as good as humanly possible. If you have any questions about any part of this process, please feel free to leave them in the comment section. I'll be monitoring this post for a while. I'm going to try to put all these into one playlist that has my previous experience and my current experience. But again, lastly, you know, not to beat this point to death, I just cannot recommend Dr. El-Masri enough. I've had so many negative experiences with medical professionals, and this guy has just been 100% since day one. Every single thing he tells you is going to happen happens exactly the way it happens, and it's extremely confidence inspiring, especially for somebody like me. So there you have it. Best of luck to you if you're getting this done. Comments in the section below, and we'll see you on the next one.